Three, two, one. Welcome to Keepin' It Lowkey, where we hit all the high notes with your favorite music artists. My name's Gabriel.
I'm Brandon.
And today we're joined by none other than High Sunn. What's up?
Hello. What's up, guys?
Not much.
Hi.
So, how was your day?
Good. I slept in until like 2 p.m. Staying up late, playing video games and making music. So yeah, it's been pretty productive, I guess.
Solid. So I think what me and Brandon are most interested in is definitely like your career and like your inspiration so far, like when it comes to music, what inspires you. So I'm I know Brandon definitely has some questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I've been listening to you since 2017, my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Which that also happens to be my favorite song you made freshman year. That's
Yeah.
like in my top 10 songs of all time. But so I've really heard you evolve as an artist, and you work in a lot of different genres.
Mm-hmm.
So which one's your favorite one to work with? Like,
I feel like it's either like sometimes I feel like it's really easy to do dream pop. I usually like that kind of vibe, but like it's kind of getting like boring for me. So that's why like I think what I'm working on right now is really fun to like work on. It's like kind of like 90s vibe, like dance. So that's what's gonna like come up soon, like for the next release. So yeah, it's kind of like
nice.
yeah, it's like like those like old anime soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like that kind of like
Oh my God, yeah.
like the opening for those. So yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. So like what kind of I guess what kind of like made you want to like shift to that kind of like style of music?
I felt like I was known for a certain sound for a while, and I kind of got bored of it. And seeing all these like bands like come out and like do the same sound, I was like, I kind of want to try and experiment with something. I tried like doing rap for a moment, like emo rap, and then I tried doing like just like 90s grunge kind of vibe, and then now I'm just trying to experiment with what I like feel comfortable with, or like I sometimes like use it to like listen to myself. Like I like listen to my own music, I'm not gonna lie. So like I make it for myself mostly, but also for like it's like my dad is also like a huge factor into it, so I kind of want to show him like, hey, I can do this. So yeah.
Oh, that's like super dope. Do you do you have like when was like the point in your albums or like like LPs and EPs that you started seeing growth in your listeners?
I think when like the big like gap that showed like, oh my God, like I'm getting people to listen to this is like when the Hopeless Romantic EP came out.
Yeah. I actually have that right here on vinyl. I grabbed all the records. I have it right here.
Man, I know you, Brandon. You're like a huge supporter of mine, so.
I know. I got the shirt on right now.
I know.
I got the signed Our Perception limited to 15 copies, and then I've got top 10 albums all the time right here. Misconnections. Oh my, so good.
Yeah. We're super big. We're super big music nerds, so it's pretty cool to have like somebody like at your level like agreeing to this. So
and
oh yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah. All right. So I just when you first made the genre switch to like more emo rap stuff, my music taste hadn't really evolved that much. So I was like, bro, what is this? Yeah. What are you doing, dude? And then I just started getting into it like more recently, and I was like, oh, this is really good. My favorite song right now, I've listened to it like 15 times this week already. your song Cold Heart, It's Not Too Late.
Yeah.
How was that? How did that even come about? Because like I didn't expect that at all. Because I started listening to like Keepin, Goth Boy Click, and all that, and then I was just scrolling through your singles one day, and I saw Cold Heart. I saw a single. You had a single with him, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, what?" I remember that
Yeah.
happening.
So I all started like when he released like one of his 2016 tapes, and I released it on cassette. Like I re-released it on cassette, and he was like fucking with what I was trying to go for, and sorry I cussed, but
You're all good. You're all good.
No, but yeah, he was like he really appreciated like I was trying to like release like tapes for like underground artists, usually in the rap scene out in LA, and so I started releasing his tapes like more and more. They started selling out, and then I was like, hey, I'm making a new project, like it's like an emo rap project, and would you like to be a part of it? And he's like, sure, man. So I found out he usually charges like $1,000 for like a track, and I only had to pay him like 100, and because like I guess we have some sort of connection. And then I also like did one of his 7 inches on record. I released it on vinyl, so yeah, it's just like chill.
That whole album, Tear Pop. Is it Tear Pop or Tear Pop?
Tear Pop.
Tear Pop? Tear
Yeah.
Pop. All right. Tear Pop, so good. Romeo and Juliet is probably my favorite song off there. I was really surprised because I don't really hear you cuss that much in your music. And you dropped the F-bomb. You dropped the F-bomb on that song.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was taken aback a little bit at first because I was like, oh, did he just, I was like, I'm messing with it real hard.
Yeah. I guess it kind of came with the flow of like I wrote it because I was like angry at the time, so it kind of just came with also the style of the genre.
So I think one of the big questions I have for you. So like I know that you've said in an interview before, I forget which article it was from, but they listed that anime was one of your top influences. So like how does anime influence you specifically? Like what is it about that aesthetic that really gets to you?
So I don't really like I don't like dramas usually. Like if I watch on Netflix or something, I think it's kind of played out. Unless if it's like, I don't know, American drama is kind of like lacking in, like with emotion for me. So what I like foreign dramas more. So I think anime also is an extremity of like every emotion you can think of put into like cartoon. And I think seeing it like a cartoon image more than a person like is also a little bit of like I'm not too sad over it, but I'm also like struck with like a huge emotional like entrapment. So I was like, okay, I mess with this. And, I don't know, like a lot of the romance like animes that I watch is super like I feel like connected to it because some of it like I lived through, but just like more like low key versions of it, of course, because there's more tragedies. But I don't know, if I watch anime, it's usually like romance. I don't really watch any other ones because I'm not too keen on like action or like fantasy.
Okay, so like what specific animes, for an example, would you be drawn to?
Like there's this anime by like called Canon that I really like. It's like 2006 anime. It's a harem, but it's like not any other like harem. It's more like this boy is like involved with all these girls, and he doesn't really like remember his memories, but he finds like about his past with all these different girls, but like each girl like has her own tragedy too. So yeah, I think that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can definitely relate when it comes to the like kind of viewing yourself almost in your own like kind of like in your own like movie, like you're living through kind of like what definitely speaks to you the most.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean I definitely see that through like I remember me and Brandon have always been fans of Weezer,
Mm-hmm.
and listening to the Pinkerton album. I don't know, do you follow Weezer that much?
I don't follow them that much, but I know of like their songs. I know the Pinkerton album. I heard it like at least once.
Yeah, the Pinkerton album was like a super personal album. I can at least speak for myself on that, and I bet it was probably like spoke to Brandon a
same
little
here.
bit too. But like I could see myself like walking down the hallways at school, and then like I was like, oh my god, this song is this song is me, and it's like hilarious because like I was totally not in a situation where I had a lover like across the sea, but I was like, this is me. I was like, yeah. So you're based out of San Francisco?
Correct.
Dang.
I lived here my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Has this pandemic affected your work at all?
Yeah. I mean, like if for my music, no, I think it's good for my music, but it made me super lazy.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
I've
get
been
that.
I've been playing a lot of video games. I like spend like at least 10 hours for like playing Counter-Strike. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then I just go to school still. Online classes kind of suck though, because it's just I like in person more.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
And the tuition is like crazy for like like just an online class. They didn't like change anything about it, and I stopped working like part time at I used to like be a barista for like 3 years. So
Oh, I work at a coffee shop currently.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So like when it comes to like has your music been like a source of like money for you?
Yeah, I think I would say it's a partially big source. So like all the money I get. So
It is I think that's one of the main things me and Brandon are like pretty like uh we're pretty curious about like the kind of money that like you get from like Spotify streams. Definitely. Is that like, would you say that's like minimal, or is that like a pretty large gain?
it's a pretty large gain from like most of my income from my music. I used to sell a lot of merchandise, but then I don't have much anymore, so I rely on like my streams. And also like I can't keep up with much when I drop merch, so I've been having like other people do it, and I'm trying to have somebody like ship it from their place or like a company, so I don't have to go out and do it myself.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think I'm living comfortably with like my Spotify stuff, but it's definitely not something like I can like live on my own. I live with my parents still because I go to school, so I have to pay for that too, and then just
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in college, correct?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore. Like I took a break, that's why. So
Oh, okay. Has your like has your Spotify streams like helped supplement your tuition at all?
yeah, I think it's a good amount. Um, there's I kind of keep like a steady flow of how much I make, but
Okay.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but like I think it's so crazy. Like I'm 18, almost 19. Gabe's 18. You're 20. You're not that much older than us, and you've just done so much, and it's so amazing. Honestly, like, it's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you've been
No, go
making
on,
music
Brandon.
since you were 14, correct?
Yep.
I remember I listened to that tape like right after like your first tape. I listened to it like once through. So it's been a while because this was like when I first discovered you.
Mhm.
But it just sounds so much different from the rest of your work. Like it's so crazy just to think of like how many sounds you've gone through
Yeah.
as an artist. You're so versatile. It's so amazing.
I mean, before I wanted to be like Fiddler and Waves, so that's what like my inspiration.
Yeah, I read that. I read that in an interview. Another thing I read in an interview, you said you brought up the name Soy Boy. I know Gabe was curious about this. There's a Soy Boy
Yeah.
on Spotify, and we were wondering if that was you.
No. So I had like a few tracks on SoundCloud under this like Soy Boy name, and I deleted them.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I was like, maybe I should just release Out High Sunn. So I just like deleted those tracks, made tracks that were similar to that, and then release Under High Sun. That's what like came up with like the emo trap stuff.
So hilariously, when I searched up Soy Boy on Apple Music, and
Mhm.
I assumed that the album I found was you because one of the tracks was literally called "I Watch Anime." Or I love anime, and I was like, "Oh, this must be, this must
Yeah, I know. I don't know who that is, but that's cool.
But yeah,
You're a,
oh, go on, Brennan.
all right. Sorry. Your producer tag. I think it's your producer tag. It's on Romeo and Juliet, and it's on Thoughts in 93 Accord. Is that your producer tag?
Oh, it's my friend Bling Blau's producer tag.
Shout
Yeah,
out to Bling Blah. That's a dope producer tag. I love it.
yeah. He worked on like most of the album. There's some tracks I produced myself, but for that album specifically, I wanted him to like get his name out there with those tracks. So this was like the first album that I had somebody work on like the like full production side of it without me adding any guitars or like bass or synth or something.
And then you do a lot of collaborations. My two favorite are, I already mentioned it, the Cold Heart one, and then I've mentioned it to you before, the one with the hidden shelf raindrops.
Yeah. I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite collaboration you've done?
I
I
think
know it's hard to pick favorites though. So
I think it would probably be the Minji Kong one or the Hidden Shelf one. Yeah.
yeah,
I
hidden
think
shelf
that
one's so good.
I mean I like Cold Heart a lot and I like this song, but I think the one that came with like the most emotion was the Raindrop one. So
What is it like?
Okay.
What is it like working with other artists? And
usually I just work on my piece and then I send it to them and they say, "Oh, I like it. I'm gonna put my piece on there." Like I usually give them a couple bars to work with. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's nice to see how it sounds all together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Oh, go on.
go ahead. Go ahead. I've interrupted you like 4 times. Go ahead.
Okay. So like, walk me through like your like production process. What's your like? How do you go about making a track?
So when I work on myself by myself, I usually just do like work with the melody of my guitar, loop that, and then work on another melody, like working with like as a lead guitar, and then I add like a drum machine to it, and then I delete those like guitar tracks and then play a full run. I don't know why I do that, but I do a full run, and then I'll start writing lyrics towards like the humming towards the melody of the guitar, and then add a third, like use it for bass, and then sing over it. That's kind of it. And if I'm working with somebody else, I have them. I used to do it where like I do all those steps but remove the drum machine, but now I have somebody send me like a backing track and then I add my guitars and sing over it and anything I want to add in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what programs do you use like most often for this?
I only use Ableton, so
Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty. So that's pretty cool.
I know that you've been on a few labels. You were on Punk Slime when I started listening to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were on Spirit Goth, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you're independent right now, right? You're not on a label right now, releasing.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. And then let's see, what's one of the other questions I had here? Now, I know you have a lot of different sounds, but so far, which project do you think you would consider the definitive High Sunn piece for someone to go listen to? Like the first thing to listen to before they dive into the discography.
I think they should listen to Hopeless Romantic because like even though it's like my only studio release besides Misconnections, I think it's pretty good to like tease their way into my music because it's like more like a cushion to keep them like listening because my other music could be like more harsher, more raw, so it's kind of like a gateway.
Okay.
Yeah, I always recommend Misconnections whenever because I know Gabe has listened to you in the past, but he's not as heavy. Like I think I've listened to every project all the way through except for I haven't listened to Coffin Eyes all the way through yet. I've made it halfway through that one.
Hmm.
It's the only one I haven't made it all the way through. But I always recommend Misconnections just because that album means so much to me. And I remember when it dropped, and I was so excited.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it was for Hopeless Romantic, we worked on it for like 2 days in the studio, and then when we did Misconnections, we had like all these songs to do in like 2.5 days, and I was like, oh my god. So we kind of like ran through it all, and then with it was with my live band we recorded with, and we actually got into an argument like all the time after every song, and because our bassist at the time was arguing with like my rhythm guitarist live. So I was like, okay, this is crazy.
So those live shows, like I saw that on your Instagram page when we were doing research. So
Mhm.
like what, like how many shows have you done?
I've done a lot. I think I've done like 30 to 40 maybe. I
Dang.
think. Yeah. I've went to SoCal like twice too, so I can't keep track of everything. But you can see on like my song cake. Plus, there's stuff that's like not on there.
Hmm.
Yeah, like more like house shows and everything.
Right. Have you opened for anybody?
Yeah, I've opened for like Daywave in like San Francisco.
Okay.
Neon Indian.
Young
Uh,
Indian.
yeah, Rostam, who's like, from Vampire Weekend.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I've
okay.
actually heard of that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah,
Would you say that like you get like pretty big hauls at these shows?
yeah. I think at the Daywave show, there's like, it was completely packed because it was like a whole like big, odd like real, like it was like a real venue, like hall, like huge. It's like one of the biggest in the city. I was like, okay, this is crazy because Daywave, of course, like he's really popular.
Hmm.
Um, you get to hear him at Target, so like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
It was
What's
like
a? Oh, go on. Sorry.
I was like, it was just like a last minute show too, because like they needed an opener. So I was like, okay, yeah. So we like opened them after another band opened for them.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So what's it like? What's it like to play live? How does that feel?
Oh, it's fun. People ask me if I get nervous. I usually don't for some reason because uh so I get really scared to present at school, but I don't get scared to like play my music live. Like even if there's like more people there, it's just because I feel more confident about it, I guess. So I think it's a blast when I play. I miss it. I was gonna play at like Stanford, but then COVID hit. So
I mean,
yeah, I think
yeah.
it's
So, have you ever had like? I know this is like probably an awkward question. Have you ever bombed a show before?
like what do you mean?
Like, have you ever like has just a show never gone right?
Yeah, I think it was not really a show. It was like a low key to like get together. It was like me and my drummer. We played a so far session. It's like they do like stripped back versions of like songs. So
Okay.
like
Oh, I'm right. Kind of like Audio Tree.
yeah, so we did that like in like a random like apartment location, like in the lounge area.
Hmm.
And it was like there's some other artists there that I forgot, but there's 3 acts, and I had my drummer play guitar and I played guitar and I sang, and we had like a drum track in the background. And the one of the people there was like, or like one of the management there was like getting mad because like our guitars were like too loud, and like our drum machine was too loud, and while everybody was playing acoustic. I said, well, this is how my music is. And then she's like, after one of my songs, she's like, can you lower it down? I'm like, what the heck? And then my drummer was scared playing guitar, so he like messed up on a few parts, and it was untuned for a second, and it was just really awkward. And then I could tell like the audience were like all like mid-30s too,
Hmm.
and kind of awkward for them. I don't
Wait,
know why.
right. Would you say so? Kind of following up on that, then, like, would you say that your music probably like appeals to like a certain age?
I mean, I see my Spotify like audience. It's more like 16 to like 21.
Okay.
Um, but I see a lot of like older people listen to it. It's just like those group of people there were like a bunch of like techies that like listen to like more pop and
Yeah.
everything, or like folk. So when they listen to my stuff and hear like a little kid like screaming like live and like getting pumped, they're like, this is too much for me.
Yeah,
So
I've always felt like, I'm sorry, this is a quick
no, yeah,
sentence.
go.
I've always felt like your music sounds like a coming of age movie, just to me. Like I always, freshman year specifically, just like that song, like, I don't know, I've always come back to that song. It's in like almost all my playlists, like on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah,
I love that
like
song.
I feel like somebody told me, and I also agree with it. It's like it would be in like the perks of being a wallflower.
I was just about
Yes.
to say that. Just about to say that.
But yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's definitely like you have like that indie film vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it suits you. It definitely has proven to suit you pretty well.
Yeah. I've actually like there's this indie film that hit me up called like the name of the film was Elvis, and they asked me to use my music, and like I was like sure, and then they paid me. I'm like surprised they paid me a lot. I'm like okay, I thank you, I guess. Like
That's awesome.
yeah,
What song was it?
I think it was off of Teardrop Party. It was like I think something boy or like boy. So
Where, yeah, was that movie like was it like an Amazon movie? Was it like Spotify or not Spotify, Netflix?
I don't know. Like they released it, but I don't know where. I think it was just like a Vimeo thing, you know.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they got like won some award for it, but it was a really small one in their area.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, how does it feel having your work kind of like featured in that?
Oh, honored. I mean, I have people like ask me to use it on the like use songs on the YouTube, which I like. Whenever I like hear a song on a YouTube channel, it's cool.
Mhm.
Like I remember hearing one of like the models from like Urban Outfitters use it like their vlogs. I'm like, that's cool. So I don't know. I like when people use my music. I feel very lucky.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of indie, Mom Jeans. You introduced me to Mom Jeans. Actually, you posted them on your story back in like 2018 when Puppy Love dropped.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about that a little bit because I love Mom Jeans a lot, and I know you have Mom Jeans a lot. You actually have a song named after them off for reference. I think it's just called Days Listening to Mom Jeans.
Yeah.
What's your Mom Jeans song?
Probably Death Cup. It's just like
Death Cup?
the line hits you, man. Like whenever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think Vape Nation's my favorite. Vape Nation or Part
that's
2.
good. No, yeah, no, it's good. I actually have a funny story with like the whole Mom Jeans group. So
Ooh.
I went to like when I was on my small tour in LA, I played at like the Garden Grove and like at this auditorium, and like before a show we were just chilling and we're walking to the concert hall, and Mom Jeans was there. I was like, what the heck? And they're like in their van driving like across the street, and for some reason I just crossed the street when they were driving, and I almost got hit by them. And I was like, I looked at them and I was like, oh my god, it's Mom Jeans. And I waved at them. And then like later, like after my show, Mom Jeans was playing next door, so I just hopped on over like the auditorium and got in for free, and I got to watch them live, which was cool.
Gabe and I saw Destroy Boys, Swimmers, and Beach Goons live last year, and we were at the merch stand, and I was buying merch, and I was like, "Hey, how much for this T-shirt?" And they're like, $40, and I was like, "Yo, dude, that's too much. I'm gonna pass. Just give me the record because I collect records." And so then we're in the crowd after Destroy Boys gets off, and then the Beach Goons comes on, and I'm like, "Oh, that guy looks familiar," and I was like, it's because he was selling me the merch. I told the lead guy in Beach Goons to his face that his merch was too much money. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, I feel so bad.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, he's the one that also sold us our tickets. I think what surprised me the most was after Destroy Boys got done with their set, we were in the mosh pit, and then just
I forgot about
I
that.
think it was the bassist, but
It was their old bassist.
and she was just
they're not
standing
in the
next to
band
me, and I was like,
anymore.
whoa. I was like, apparently like they just hopped into the mosh pit like right after their
Yeah. Most bands, like my band, like whenever we finish a set, we watch like the next band and we just like mosh, and everybody's like, "What the heck?"
yeah,
they act like, I mean, so I know some bands just hang out in like the like green room and just chill, but we like going to see a concert, you know, like we have fun.
yeah. No, it's super cool. We're actually we don't know this for sure, but we're actually in touch with Destroy Boys right now to
Dope.
like hopefully do an interview with them.
That'll be cool. I would
Yeah.
like to
That'd
see
be
that.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Well, I don't know if I should say this, but like this one's the one I'm most excited for because like you're one of my favorite artists of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So just it was just crazy. I remember the first time like I DM'd you. I don't even remember what it was about. But like I DM'd you and you responded, and my heart just dropped. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is so crazy.
Yeah.
I think both me and Brandon got excited because like, you know, especially since you guys are like music artists, it's kind of like inspiring, I think, to me and Brandon because like we're trying to build our own audience,
Mm-hmm.
and just to have like other people who have an audience like accept, you know, something like this.
Yeah.
It's like it's super cool, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like different art form, but same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I feel like some people think like some artists like are artists like that are have a certain audience, they don't have hearts or something, that they won't respond or that they won't like. I mean, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just chilling. I appreciate whenever somebody sends me something, I try to respond. So
Mhm.
I would gladly be part of this, and I was just like, this is a cool opportunity. So
Yeah, no, it's a cool opportunity for us. I'm not gonna mention his name because I'm not gonna call him out, but like, I mean, it's definitely not like there isn't artists though that have like ghosted on us before, and it's like it's understandable.
yeah, no, I know. I mean, I've been ghosted like from other artists, so it's like I get that. Like a one-word experience
Mhm.
can like push you away or think like, hey, it's like this next application is gonna happen. But I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's just you guys just kind of got to push through it, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, like I think me and Brandon for a second like kind of stopped because like not like stopped as in like we were gonna stop trying, but like we were just kind of taken aback because like the first two people we approached, which includes you, instantly were like, yes, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then like once we got to the third person, who granted was like comparatively like a way bigger artist, like in terms of following, but I had talked to him before, so I was
Well,
like, oh,
he's not that much bigger than Destroy Boys though, and Destroy Boys still responded at least.
right. I'm just saying that it was like, I think we were just both like taken aback, like, whoa, you know what I mean? It was just,
Yeah.
but you know, you just keep going, you keep trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the deep dive, Gabe?
The deep dive. Oh yeah, so actually we had like, I should have it still up. If I don't, then I'm gonna pull it up really quick. We were gonna like pull up your Instagram page, see if you could like explain some photos to us.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that's not too embarrassing.
No. I need to see what's up.
All right, hold on. Let me pull it up really quick. I thought I already had it up, but apparently I didn't. Let's see here. Right here.
Kind of scared.
Well, there was one specific photo, but I mean, you
Mhm.
kind of answered my question already, kind of concerning it. But
Yeah.
like you didn't like reference the photo, but like
It was about the caption.
yeah, it was about the caption. It had to do with like why you feel bored with a certain type of music.
Oh, let me see. I don't know what that's from actually.
Here, hold
But I'm glad I addressed it to whenever I addressed it.
on. Right. All right, let's see here. Right here. Let's see here. Just portion of screen. There we go. Then if I do this. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was this one right here. Yeah, you said I have
Yeah.
more fun making the kind of music I make now, and that I'm tired of the music I used to make. Was that in reference to what you said earlier?
Yeah, I think this was it. I was just like, damn, I like this way better. And like, I don't know. I just actually really got bored of dream pop. Like after listening to like a lot of bands, I was like, damn, I feel like I could have made this song too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like, is there any artists that like you kind of look up to?
I know for a huge portion of the time I looked up to Craft Spells, and I actually got to talk to him, and like he started helping me out, followed me, shouted me out, did all this stuff for me. So I think I look up to him a lot.
Right.
And his name is also Justin, so like, okay, that's cool. And then I looked up to Beach Fossils a lot.
Right.
I think currently um it's kind of hard to say. I just like look up to a lot of like I guess Japanese artists. Like I like the way that they make music. Like like there's this one artist that's really underground. Her name is Milky Way,
Right.
and hers like just style is so raw, and I just love it. And it's like kind of like just like a high school vibe. And I know that's like kind of like my music sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
There's another Japanese art. I think they're Japanese American. I'm not sure. Boys Age.
Yeah, I used to talk to them a lot. Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awesome, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, I discovered them around the same time I discovered you because I was listening to like some random indie music, and then my Spotify radio played you and them back to back until I discovered both of you.
Yeah. So I worked with a Japanese cassette label, and like they helped me on like releasing a couple of like albums. They did like alternate like Japanese versions of stuff that's already released, and like their Boys Age was also on the same label at the time. And then we talked, and like we're gonna collab, but I don't know, it never happened. And also like our music's kind of different, but yeah.
That's pretty cool. Would you
All right.
say? Oh, sorry.
I just said all right.
Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to tell over Zoom. Zoom has that like weird delay.
Yeah.
But would you say that like you're I'm assuming you're Japanese American?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm actually Filipino Native American.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my girlfriend's Japanese though.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say like, does your like culture like have a lot to do with your sound?
Being Asian American, I think that's like kind of like some of my aesthetic. Not trying to do it on purpose, but I somewhat show it in like my music.
Right.
Not on my Native American side, even though like I'm proud of it. I don't know how to show it. But yeah, I think it's a huge part of like some of the ideas I try to convey into music, especially like references to like Asian food sometimes in my music.
Yeah. I actually hung out with my grandma today, and well, my dad was Korean, and my entire like my grandma and all of them are from South Korea.
Oh, that's
my
cool.
dad was born here, but and she owned a sushi restaurant for a really long time, and so I grew up going there and just chilling like in the lobby of the sushi restaurant,
dope.
waiting for her to get off work, and she would take me home. But I totally get that. Like, I don't really make any art or anything, but I'm just so proud of my Asian roots, and I don't really look the part. Like, I'll tell people, and they'll be like, "Cap, you're capping," and I'll be like, "Here is my dad. Here is a picture of my father," and they'll be like, "Oh, I see it now." Like, and I'm like, "All right, man."
Yeah, the ginger hair really really throws off the look.
Yeah, but people always confuse me on what I am, And they also feel awkward since like we live in an age nowadays where it's like kind of like it's kind of rude to ask what you are and assume what you are. But I'm perfectly okay with whatever somebody says that I am.
Yeah.
And I just say, nah, I'm actually this. But I've had some crazy like what I look like what they think I look like, or somebody called me that I'm Indonesian. I'm like, oh, I mean, I can see that, and then other people think I'm, of course, Japanese, Korean.
Right. Yeah.
They think the reason why my High Sunn with two N's, I think like my name's Sun, like at the last name, and they think I'm Korean. I'm like, nah.
I didn't go that far. I didn't think that.
I don't remember why you chose Sun. I know the high was because you had a stoner friend.
Yeah.
I remember reading the interview about that when I was doing research for the podcast. I don't remember what the sun came from though. I think you just wanted
now,
sun
like
in it.
waves, right? Like so.
Yeah, I know waves with the two V's. Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted two N's, so I was like, okay, I'll do High Sunn.
There's also another band called just Sun, so that's where I thought you got it from for a long time.
Oh yeah. I thought. I mean, I think that's what some people thought too, but I just got it from liking the sun. But now I hate it. I like the cold weather. It's comfortable.
Same here, yeah.
It's just like you get to snuggle in the sheet and sleep and just feel good. You don't like whenever it's hot. Like today is really hot, so I'm wearing shorts and it's like super uncomfortable. And I mostly sit on my chair if I'm not like. Now I started like working out a lot now, but like if I'm just sitting here, it just like sucks.
Right. Yeah. How are we doing on time, Gabe?
We are past 40 minutes at this point, but we don't have the time limit anymore.
Oh, okay, chill. Never mind then.
Yeah. I mean, we can go as long as we want. As long as that's what you do. Justin.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna go for like 2 hours, but
I mean, I've done interviews like in person for like an hour and a half, so
okay.
Gucci. And I had a plan like at least it's not like one time I had an interview like for something that's written and I hung out with the person the whole day. I'm not complaining. It's just like it's not like that.
Right. No.
Yeah.
We last year I had a podcast and Brandon came on like I think like once or twice, but like we had a time limit of like 25 minutes and it made things really difficult because once you hit that 25-minute mark, you just kind of had to end it. And it was like, we would go from like having these deep discussions, like talking, and then straight to like, okay, bye. And then it just didn't sound right. So.
Do we have a time limit on this one, Gabe? Like, no? Okay, I thought because
Zoom.
our teacher.
No,
but our
Manful. No, he's fine with 45 minutes. I think the whole idea is that just in the future, like we should have like a consistent time. I think that's what we're concerned about. But yeah, I mean, we're trying to make like even if this is like our school podcast, we want to like kind of like create our own like thing.
If you post it on like YouTube or something, I can like send a link to everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be chill. Yeah, we're posting it on our school's YouTube page.
Okay.
So yeah, but we're definitely posting it on YouTube, and then we're both seniors. So after we graduate, we're planning on continuing this into college because it's really interesting and it's really fun. This is the first podcast I've ever co-hosted that I haven't been a guest on, and this is actually our first episode. But I'm already having like so much fun planning it out, hitting people up. This chat, like podcasts are so fun. They're such a great way to get deeper into artists and discover new things.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same exact thing, but for in college actually for music appreciation. It's a class I took like a couple semesters ago, and it's cool. You get to learn a lot about the artist. But what I had to do is spend like a whole week with the artist. And, like, I had to like go to this show and then like talk to them. I hung out with them at like in their classroom.
That's awesome.
In Santa Cruz, and then eat with them and just like make a whole thing about them, like a whole presentation, video. It's cool though. It's my friend it's my friend Wyatt Smith. He's a part of Slug. He opened up for me a while back too, but he makes his own music now. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think our plan is like we wanna get. We don't know what we want to do yet because like we do have an idea, but it's like our whole like I think me and Brandon's whole debate right now is like whether or not we want to put like this podcast specifically like this episode on our own personal one, or if we want to like put it like on both the schools and our own. But then we're like, oh, but then we split the viewership because we get a lot more traction from our school's website than we would have our own, you know. So
Yeah.
But like if they see it on your school's like, oh, now the school's lit.
right, exactly. Exactly.
They know what's up.
Yeah. No, but I think it's definitely like I don't want to sound like braggadocious of our school or anything, but like I definitely think it's like a cool idea for like upcoming artists and stuff to like get featured on one of like a high school's one because it like introduces that artist to that like entire high school. And
That's
high
cool.
school students now are just so like they're not so much more into like just what's on the radio. They're much more.
Yeah, they like. I mean, when I was in high school, everybody was like into what's on the radio. There's only a few of us, but it seems like a lot of high school students, like just in the span of like a year or two, is like they know what's up. They know like everybody has their own YouTube channel doing some RIT stuff. Like, you know, it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, everybody has a streaming services. Like I'm so surprised actually like when I talk to people and like I find out the music that they're interested in nowadays because like it used to just be like whatever you heard on the radio. Like I mean back when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, I mean I know I was pretty young, but like the only thing you knew was what was on the radio. And then now with streaming services, you're just like so much more able to like explore new artists.
Yeah, I mean, but like when I was like at that age, I think I was exposed to a lot of obscure music because of my dad. Like he like mentioned like OMD to me at that time, and like New Order, and then we started going into like Jesus Mary Chain and like Cocktail Twins, all these people. I'm like, okay. And then I started getting like on my own. And I asked him like, how did you like find about this music back then? And he's like, it was even harder because you'd find it through mixtapes of like DJs or other people, and like local radio stations like have like got all these stuff like imported. And I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah. I had a friend. I think I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's Greek Fire, but that's like that's a St. Louis band. That's like.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They had that song in. Didn't they have a song in Big Hero 6, that Disney movie?
I think they might have. Yeah. But they're from here. But back when they were first starting off, I had a friend who like did photography for them here in St. Louis, and they were playing at a local Slackers. Do you guys have Slackers in California?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Slackers is like
it's a game shop. They usually sell mostly like pre-owned games and like.
Oh, okay.
It's basically just like a GameStop, but
it's like thrift GameStop.
Yeah, it's thrift. It's thrift GameStop, and then like they sell like toys and stuff, but like the toys are usually like new in the box.
Yeah, but like they were. I think it was Greek Fire, but they were like playing at a Slackers or something. No, it wasn't Greek Fire. I'm wrong. It was another local St. Louis band. I'm forgetting the name, but it wasn't Greek Fire. But he just happened to be like doing photography for them at the Slackers, and it's just like you don't know where these people are going to end up going. You know, and then by chance you're like, you know, you're connected to them. I did last year I did an interview with a music producer, and he ended up selling me his car, which is just completely random.
That's his car?
Yeah, the Scion. Yep.
Never told me that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He was really interested in producing this guy. Have you ever heard of a band called Breakup Shoes?
No, never heard.
Okay, they're well, they were touring before COVID hit, but their bassist was a solo artist before he joined the band and was actually opening them before
Oh, okay.
joined.
That's cool.
And then just by some chance, I was working with the producer's wife at the time at the coffee shop. And then I found out he was in a band, and then I was like, oh, crazy.
That's cool.
So yeah, I ended up doing an interview with him, and he was like making his own, like, he was like soldering his own mixers and stuff.
Wow.
Like building them, and it was like
That's cool.
Yeah, it was super neat. He had like a whole studio in his basement. It was like super cool. That reminds me, do you like record sometimes in studios, or is it like take place mostly in your room?
So mostly in my room, like the only stuff I recorded in studios was Misconnections and Hopeless Romantic.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
Oh, that reminds me, I want to talk about your older stuff. Here, wait 1 second. Let me find the album. It's the one with all the pink stuff in the sink. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
I Will Never Learn.
Yeah.
Let's see, what track is it? But you have so many albums and songs. I don't expect you to remember it just based off of
No,
title.
I know.
But,
I know what they're talking. Yeah, I know. So.
Pull My Teeth off that one. That one's good. It sounds like a lot different. I feel like in your earlier stuff, like it sounds like under like all the same blanket. Like it's all like kind of similar, but like it still sounds way different from project to project. And I think that's like one thing that's always kept me coming back to is like there's just so much difference like in between every project. Like none of them really sound the same. I feel like the only one where it kind of sounded the same was from Hopeless Romantic to Misconnections. Those ones carry the same vibe.
Yeah.
It feels like Misconnections is like a part 2 to Hopeless Romantic to me, anyways.
Yeah, I kind of rate them like similarly because like the producer at the time, he's like, you succeed on this one, might as well do this one. I was like, okay. So, but yeah, I think I like looking back on it, like there's a lot of my music that's out there that's completely different. I know I even like started making metal music when I was like 12, and then like
oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of I read the interview about that. It's called like Toxic Pandas or something like that.
Yeah. I made a CD, like I burned it, and like even people back then were like, "What? Why are you using a CD?" Like I'm like, "Cause it's cool." Like, but yeah, I gave everybody at my school like a CD of me playing guitar and like screaming in the vocals.
Is it good?
No, it's like terrible. It's like trying to be a black metal, but it's just bad.
I'm interested. I would be so interested in a High Sunn black metal album.
I need to find it, but it was like when I was in middle school, and I also made like on Halloween, there's like 30 tracks of me playing guitar, just me playing guitar, and there's like Buckethead inspired. And I was
that's
like,
awesome.
And then I dressed up as Buckethead, and then I also gave that to everybody at school. So.
Did anyone know who Buckethead was?
Only my friend who's like into guitar knew at the time, and his dad was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Like, yeah, no, and people like older people knew who he was, like when I went to house, but yeah.
Yeah. Did you? So, I mean, I know you said it was a while ago, but has like punk and like metal and like harder music like that kind of like been an influence?
Yeah. I mean, I went from like My Chemical Romance to like thrash metal like within like a couple of months. Okay. And then like I started
Brandon's about to geek out.
Oh my god, dude. I have every MCR album on vinyl. I have the 10-year Black Parade jacket. Like, I love MCR. So knowing that you listen to MCR just blew my mind right now.
Yeah, no, last night I was with my friend on Discord and we played like a rhythm bot and like had MCR playing all night, and we're just like, oh my god, remember this? We started singing it to like Thank You for the Venom, and like
that's my favorite MCR song, dude.
I know.
I'm geeking out so hard right now.
Are you a big like emo Trinity like fan? Were you into that like whole thing with MCR, Panic at the Disco, and Fall Out Boy?
I like Fall Out Boy and MCR. Not a big fan of Panic, but
okay.
Yeah, but
interesting.
Like, yeah,
most people go for Panic over Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, but
I do not like Fall Out Boy really. I like their I like From Under the Cork Tree. That's it
Yeah.
though.
No, I was a big Hot Topic kid. I used to buy CDs from Hot Topic, so that was the main inspo back then too. And I would always get band shirts from there.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and then I have, like, have you heard of the Umbrella Academy, like the
I
MCI?
love you. I am in love right now, dude.
No, like, but like I remember back when my sisters were working at this like chocolate shop, her coworker knew, like, I forgot which member I think they knew Gerard, and like, okay, they knew Gerard, and then my sister gave me this gift one day. I was like, what is this? And then I opened it. It was like a signed copy of like the Umbrella Academy comics.
Bro, that's
I was like, what the heck? And now I have like all the issues like back then, like whenever they were released. And so I'd read it. I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't even know like there's these comics out. But then I saw like, aren't they making an adaptation of it?
yeah. There's already 2 seasons out. It's really good.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're describing middle school right now.
Yeah. This is literally just me in middle school.
Yeah, this is like what, 7th grade,
8th grade.
8th grade,
Yeah.
Brandon. Yeah.
7th grade. I listened to like exclusively Kendrick Lamar.
I know. I've had the pleasure of watching Brandon hop between like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa concerts to Taking Me to Panic at the Disco. It's such a leap in genres.
I used to like in sophomore year. I used to like what was it his name? Eric or Sweatshirt, whatever.
Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt. My bad.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Earl
dude.
Sweatshirt and Tyler the
Yep.
Creator, but I used to like
Tyler's like me and Brandon.
and yeah.
Tyler is my favorite artist of all time. I've actually got the golf hoodies lined up back here, and I
always wanted to get a golf like wing like t-shirt and like hoodie like when it first came out, but then I never got one, and I always thought it was so cool to have one. But then like they're at Zoomies now, I'm like, holy shit.
yeah, the Odd Future stuff. I don't really mess with any of the Odd Future stuff at Zoomies anymore. It's kind of like fast fashion-y.
Mm-hmm.
But his golf wing stuff is still designed by him and owned by him. So like, I still mess with that really hard.
Yeah, I've been to the store in LA.
Oh my god, dude! Is it awesome?
It's cool. It's like super nice. There's like a line there at one time. It was mostly to like advertise their shoes, so it was like all like curated around that. But it was cool.
Yeah, that reminds me. Like, are you like? I mean, when we were doing research on your Instagram page, are you like a big like fit person? Do you like?
I used to be super like. There's a time for like a year where I spent a lot of money on clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was really got into this like brand like that was really big back then, but like it was kind of hard to get around me. It was Siberia Hills, and like I saw like Ian Connor like wear it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so I got like the sweatpants, and I got this like this thermal like long sleeve, and then I got like this like big sweatshirt,
Mm-hmm.
and like all of overall it's like $1,400. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? And
Yeah.
then when I bought from there, I started getting this connection from this guy, like when things are gonna come in. Sadly, that store is closed now. It used to be called Jeffrey,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they had their own store in New York and then somewhere else. But yeah, and then I spent like a lot of money on Burberry for a time.
Heck yes, dude. I got the Burberry denim jacket sitting in the closet right now.
yeah. And then I one time like the only Off-White product that I had was these like really short shorts. They were athletic fit, and I was like, these are kind of cool, and I paid $300 for them, and then I ended up selling it. I sold a lot of my stuff though. I only have a couple. I think I kept on just like the Mason Margiela and like APC stuff and like my
Margiela's
Siberia Hill collection. Yeah.
Yeah, Margiela is definitely cool. APC is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot into thrifting lately. Or well, we have a shop here. I assume you guys probably have like a lot of curated vintage shops out in California.
Yeah, I used to work like at this coffee shop, but next door was like this called Wasteland Apparel, and it
Mhm.
was like all thrifted stuff or like trade-ins, but it was all designer.
Mhm.
Like everything there was designer, so I'd like buy stuff from there, and because I have like a 15% discount because I work on the same block.
Right. Yeah,
So
we have something similar. So we live on the outskirts of St. Louis.
mm-hmm.
Like whenever we want to go into like the city and stuff, there's a shop. I know Brandon keeps meaning to go there. I've been there a couple times, but it's called Reset. It's called Reset St. Louis, and it's pretty much exactly what you said. They just have like a bunch of like Supreme and Babe and like Yeezy, but a lot of what they have on their shelves is just like vintage T-shirts and stuff, and it's like where I go now. Like if I want like T-shirts and stuff. So
Yeah, the place I like went to like didn't have like Supreme and that stuff. It's more like the really like high end stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, because Supreme and Bape are more streetwear, but
Right.
and then
Yeah,
like
It's like Gucci and like Louis
like
stuff.
like
Right.
not even like Louis or Gucci. It's more like that more like like super like foreign
like niche.
expensive, like niche ones. Yeah, like
Oh,
there's
Yeah.
like Alix or something.
yeah like Alex or maybe like a couple of like Japanese brands. I forgot which the big one
Like
was.
Visvim, stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, those are so expensive. I
They
was
are.
like, why?
I know. I wanted to get like the Visvim moccasin shoes, like
Uh-huh.
like Kanye had, and I was like, oh, those are
Yeah.
probably like I don't know, maybe like 150. Like log on there, it's like these are like 2,000. I'm like,
It's just crazy how much I get like people buying like or spending a lot of money on like clothes, but when it comes to shoes, I'm like, God, these people have shoe collections and they're like crazy. Like it's like $400 for a pair of shoes. Like I shouldn't talk because my girlfriend bought me like these Adidas like Oswego's like
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
yeah, like they're like $300 something. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, I have a pair of Yeezys. They're 300. I rarely wear them because I'm so afraid of messing them up.
Yeah, I messed mine up, so
I got I have like 13 pairs of shoes. Most of them are Vans and Converse, but I mean most of my Converse are the Golf floors that Tyler has, and I'm not really afraid of messing those up because those are only like 90.
yeah,
But
they're
like,
affordable for
yeah,
shoes nowadays.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the most expensive thing I have. You familiar with Helmet Lang?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a pair of like Helmet Lang like skinny jeans, and
Oh,
like
that's dope.
they're I got them on sale for like 100, but like if it wasn't on sale, the retail is like 394, and I'm like,
I remember when you bought those.
yeah,
You were
I'm
so
like,
excited.
I need to get them hemmed because they're like too long, but like I'm still like you guys said, I'm like scared to like wear it out because like I'm gonna like drop something. I know I'm gonna like spill food on myself or like spill a drink on myself, and then like it's just down the drain.
What was that? There's like this one big fashion like it was. He works on Kanye stuff. He also was a Louis Vuitton guy.
Oh, Virgil.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Virgil.
Yeah.
He runs.
Okay.
He has Off White. That's his brand.
Okay, but what was it? It was never mind. It was Heron Preston.
Oh, Heron Preston. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does that stuff
yeah.
like that. Carhartt, right?
Yeah. So I actually have a piece, and I was buying it for a photo shoot,
Yeah.
and it's like $600 for this long sleeve.
Oof.
And I don't even want to. I haven't worn it since a photo shoot. I'm like, I can't wear this. This is crazy.
Yeah. Is it the one that has like the bird on it, like the hammer?
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what
It's
you're
like I was like, what the hell? And I had to like pre-order, like not pre-order. I had to put in like a whole like fulfillment thing online because I didn't know if they had it.
right.
Like they made it like a super big thing when I went there and like had to wait there for like 15 minutes to get it from their like safe. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah. But I think what's worth it that I've been I've been getting interested in was like there's this thing like AliExpress. I buy
Yes.
like clothes from there, like if it's like shorts or like bottoms. I think
Uh-huh.
it's really worth it because like I don't know the Chinese and like Japanese aesthetic they have on there, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my god, dude! I bought like these purple like track pants that are like hella sick,
Mhm.
and then I bought like a hoodie there. I was like, okay, I don't care if people think it's from AliExpress, but it looks cool.
Right. No, yeah. I think that's definitely the goal. Aesthetic over brand. I think that's what it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of that way. There's this company from, I don't remember if they started in the 80s or the 90s, but they were really big, and then they stopped making them because they were like a fad. They're called Skids. They're like really baggy, and they're so comfortable, dude. And they brought them back, and the pants are still pretty expensive. It's still like $60 a pair, but I buy them, and I have so many pairs. I have like 6 or 7 pairs now. So I have like one for like every day of the week. And dude, they're so cool. They have like they do these prints on Japanese fabric for some of their releases, and they'll be like Japanese themed. Like I'm wearing like these like sun pants right now. I don't know how to describe the pattern here. Let me see if I can like lower my camera. Let me lower my camera and not here. Okay. Like
okay.
That's cool. Croc shot right there.
Oh God.
All right, there we go.
That camera angle is everything.
It gets crazy sometimes. I know, man. Do you guys use Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
I use it to play games with my friends, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No. People are wild.
You ever play Among Us? That's really big right now. You ever play
Among Us? I know. I never played it since I'm like into competitive Counter-Strike. So I
tried to get into Counter-Strike like in middle school, and I was so bad at it. I was so horrifically bad at it.
Yeah, people don't know, but like I'm like seriously into like Counter-Strike, and I'm like into the scene where like there's just like a separate client called ESCA, and like I compete in like that league, and like I'm at this level called advanced. People don't know what that means, but it goes like one league is open, one league is intermediate, then it goes main, and then it goes to advanced, and then MDL, and MDL is Mountain Dew League, and that's sponsored like by Mountain Dew, and like each season like you make a certain amount of money if you get into playoffs or whatever, but like it's kind of like a big deal like to be in an advance. So I'm like, when I think about, hey, I'm like in advanced and I also make music, that's kind of cool. Yeah,
you just hit in every industry.
I mean, it's just like I love video games. I used to play when I was a kid, so I don't wish, but like I want to make money from video games, but it's completely like super hard because it's like such like I don't know.
Yeah, and, I got a friend that just got a scholarship for it actually.
I know my friend did too. It's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, he does competitive Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, and he's just insane. It's crazy.
I actually. Oh, sorry. You go.
No. Go ahead.
I used to stream on Twitch a lot, and like I would play CS, and like I made money from that. But sometimes I know I like waste a lot of time on Counter-Strike, and I could be making a lot more music, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more hopeful in like games for some reason now. But I started making music again, and I'm like, man, I should have used this time to like, make more music. And like I'm like broken. Like I kind of regret playing a lot of video games, but
I mean, as long as you had fun, that's all.
I mean, matters. I do continue to still have fun. Like it's just like it's like I'm broken because I want to keep playing, but I know it's just like not it. But like it's so. Like,
it's
so
all about. It's just
like
all
crack.
You have. I'm sorry, Gabe. You have like 30 something releases, right? Like under your belt right now.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like that's more than most artists put out over like decades. Like most like big artists.
It's because some of the releases I did, like I would do them in a day, and then like I would just release it. So that's like my whole like before what I used to do, and like or just like completely like 3 songs a day. Like that's when I just like lived and breathed music, and like just after school I'd just like spend all my time on it.
Hey, I mean, like that day-to-day stuff, that's what got a lot of people very big though. So
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I see all these like I've been told like by record labels that I should like be more like social with like the internet and like try to put more content out, like make a YouTube, blah blah blah, like and like be super in with like the trends like TikTok. I'm like, dude, I just want to chill. I want to be laid back. I want to be like Mount Erie, man. Like I want to be like the microphones where he's just like down to earth, chill. Like doesn't post that much. He just makes his stuff, works on his craft, and then yeah.
other record labels, like, do they have a lot to do with like trying to like or did they have a lot to do with like trying to like control your public image?
And the recent one, which I didn't really, I can't. I mean, never mind. I shouldn't finish that thought. But like the most recent one, like they tried to get me to do a lot of stuff, and I should have done this, and it came out of my money too. But then it kind of like I just didn't really see a difference, and like I myself like, I don't know. I'm actually laughing at Brandon's picture right now, but
I know.
Oh, sorry. I was responding to a text message.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. It's just some of the stuff they were doing wasn't really what I wanted, so that's why I'm independent now.
I got you.
But I still got money, and like I think I benefited a lot from it, but just not like something that I would look to like for a future endeavor.
Yeah. So how does like your like music career like differ from being independent to being under a record label?
It's a big difference where like I can release stuff whenever I want and like just be super like have my own deadlines, and like I would always be anxious to release something, but they're like, hey, we need to do this, like I like appreciated Punk's time like putting my name out there and doing all that stuff, and like I just couldn't release that sometimes. And like I have a contract with them, like that's the only like besides the one I recently, and like this is the only like contract I have that is like a big deal because but I already fulfilled all my ends of it. It's just now it's like the time where I'm really happy because we finally hit the time where like it's all profit now. Like after like 3 years of waiting, like I'm finally every month I'm gonna be getting like a check from them, which is cool. Like every 3 months I'm gonna be getting checks, so I'm like I'm so happy. Like but now since I'm not with them, like for releases it's like I have like a lot of weight off my chest where I can just do whatever I want. And I feel like also like writing like the actual writing when I'm like not with the label is like I experiment more.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Are they not like very big into like experimentation? Or is it like they want
there's one label that wanted like your numbers are great on this one, so you should do this sound. So I'm like, I kind of wanted to experiment with this. But like also the reason why Tear Pop came out was actually because the label I was I'm going to get you all these artists to work with, and you're gonna make this kind of sound, like it's really in, like I know you're like Cold Heart, like you like that stuff, like so if you're into that, like you should do this, and then we'll help like we'll pay you and like pay the like people that you're collabing with, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down, like I guess so. So I mean, I know Brandon, you said you like that like one song, Romeo and Juliet, and it's just birthed from like a label saying I should do this.
Oh man, that changed my whole perspective, dude. I thought that's crazy. I would have never thought that. I would have always thought that like you just released whoever you wanted to release. I didn't think I mean I know the music industry is like kind of horrible sometimes too. So like not saying that like that whole experience is horrible. I don't want to speak for you, but like I know like a lot of artists are like starting to speak out now, like Kanye, and like he whipped it out and peed on his Grammy on Twitter. So like I know there's like a lot of backlash against the music industry right now. So I never really thought about that side of it of like, oh well, the label's making me do this, the label's making me do that.
Well, it was like I experimented on like the Cold Art song on like that was like something that I wanted her to do.
Yeah, because that came out like
way before.
Yeah, that came out like almost a year before.
Yeah,
K-pop.
And then I made like a whole like I was going through something like, and I made a small EP And
I remember that one. Is it the one with like the bleeding skull on it?
Yeah.
It's not on Spotify anymore, right?
Yeah, because that one and then the one EP before that like were actually like one I wanted to experiment with, but it had more like still like bedroom vibes to it.
Yeah,
Was
Scratching Skin is sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Scratching Skin's a really good song too. I love that
yeah,
one.
yeah. So like that those two releases were out of like pure like wanting to. So what the label did was they convinced me to give like the rights to them for the Cold Heart song, and then like also build upon that, like add some of the songs from the old releases and delete it off my Spotify and then put it on the same Tear Pop album. And so like there's a whole like some songs are old, some songs are new, and the new ones you can definitely hear like they're super like produced, like Losing Team and like some of like the other rap tracks. But yeah.
So like on those, you just said like they sound really produced. You said.
Yeah.
So like, do you prefer then that like raw sound?
I mean, I think like the whole essence of it was like it felt unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be super produced, but still like have that initial feeling of what you're trying to get across.
Right.
But like something like I'm working on right now is like on my current release, like I'm working on something that like the vocals are very like cleaner,
Mm-hmm.
but they still carry that like same vibe I'm trying to get to you. And then
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to be produced, but you just like can't like lose that charm that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It's still got to feel like High Sun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, man. You've got a you've got a lot of stuff under your belt. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Do you see like what I guess like what do you like hope for the future in terms of your music career?
I don't know, but I kind of want to just. I always want to be that artist that people know of, but like is not too big, but as like I guess as like a part of like the first like scene of like bedroom pop Bandcamp vibes.
I got you. Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. I don't really care about being super big, but I kind of care about being a little bit known as like a
Right.
name
You want to
that.
be like Mac DeMarco. Just kind of like
Yeah,
right in
but
the middle.
like, but not
Mac
like.
DeMarco's still really known though. More like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of.
but you get what I mean. Like he's there and he's like not there, you know.
Yeah, maybe like.
more like the Garden. The
No,
Gardens.
I think Wild Nothing's a good example.
Okay. Yeah.
So like still be like low key, but also like
Mm-hmm.
I have to still like finish school, like college and everything, and I'm in marketing, so I don't know if I'm gonna like pull like my whole life into like music, but I will always keep doing it as like a passion, and hopefully I'm just like praying on like I'll hit like one of my releases will hit something.
Right.
Like some of the releases I'm kind of like, man, I don't know, they should have gotten way more plays than another release.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like get discouraged sometimes, but
Right.
it's like I don't know. I think at my height, there's like a point where I had like 80,000 monthly listeners. Now I'm at like
I
40.
remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that because I remember one month you were at 80,000. I was like, finally. He's like, I'm so proud right now, finally. And I came back like a few months later and it was way lower. And I was like, how can you just like listen to this and then not keep listening to it?
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. I think I think my dad was telling me I like release way so like too much for people to catch up with a lot of things. So like that may be something, but I don't know. It's just I'm kind of going with the flow. Also, I don't really like exert myself like too much. I just like keep like my music and then release and hey like it released and I don't like have any like I used to like have people like do like plug me and like have media stuff, but I'm like really like I should focus on the music.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think it's just I mean, you just got to hit one. I think that's the goal, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody I got comments like that's the ramen waitress band, and I'm like, God, like, like I don't know why people know me for that song. I think there's way like more songs
Yeah,
better than that, especially if you look on the same release. I think like
Holding
Tears,
Hands.
yeah, Holding Hands. I think
Holding Hands is like, I mean, well, freshman year is my definitive High Sun song, but like, if I had to choose one like off that, like from that era, that like definitive for not just me, but like for everybody, I would choose Holding Hands. I feel like that's the best one off that record.
yeah, I actually liked Good Evening on that because like
Oh my God, Good Evening's so good too.
yeah, and it's fun to
Yeah.
play live. So
Yeah. So, oh, that reminds me. I can't believe I'm like blanking on that. When you play live, so like, how does that usually go? Like, do you tend to do like? I know some artists like kind of like recreate their music live.
so yeah. So like my music live probably like, of course, it's like all like there's two guitars and like one bass and like a drummer,
Mm-hmm.
and I just teach them the songs. We all like usually some of my songs don't even have bass, so my bassist makes like a hook for it, and so we try to recreate it. But usually I heard it's usually faster.
Mm-hmm.
So some of my songs could be faster live than the ones like in like my on my like Spotify or something.
I got
Like
you.
yeah, like What a Joke on Flower Funeral is way faster and more punky live than what's on the release.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's how Beach Goons was when we saw them
Yeah.
live. It was like you listen to their like actual album, and it's like, oh, this is like, oh no, it was Beach Goons and Swimmers, but we like listened to their albums and we were like, whoa, this does not like. We were like, there's no way this is gonna be like a very mosh pity concert, and then we get there, and then it's like, oh, people are like
I
throwing.
almost broke my glasses.
Yeah, people are throwing hands in the pit, and then we're like, oh wow, this doesn't like. It sounds like the album, but it doesn't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is much more high energy than I would have expected.
Yeah, I miss playing shows.
Mm-hmm. Does your crowd generally get hyped like that?
Yeah, there's like it's crazy when like there's like this at 2000 when I was 15 or like 16, first tour in LA, played a house show. People were like jumping off the roof and like people were like on a freaking like brick wall jumping off that, drinking, having beer in their one hand. And I was 16 and I'm like, what the heck's happening? And like when there was moshing and like Okay Love You Bye, like somebody like there's a big mosh and there's like there's a lot of girls in front and they all pushed them over and like my mic fell and then like people were almost gonna like break the monitor. That's like, dude, this is crazy. But
Right. Have you had people like jump on stage with you guys?
I think when it was like a house show, they just get next to us, but I didn't never like nobody ever had like the balls to like.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I tend to go to a lot of like punk concerts and like, especially metal concerts, and like people just go nuts. They'll get up there and then
Yeah.
and then the band members will start like beating the crap out of them, and like then they'll like throw them into the crowd like
It's
physically,
kinda,
and it's like,
especially with the power violence community. It's kind of
the what?
power violence is like a type of punk genre.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. I'm into like Turnstile.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In like Knocked Loose and all that.
Okay.
Even Jesus Piece, and like
Okay.
the people at those concerts are just, they're scary, man.
Okay, so there is this one concert like so like the genre I'm talking about was like there's this band called Weekend Nachos and like ACXDC, and like those are like the more hardcore like shows and like so fast, like 30-second songs. But like there was one show I went to and it was on the beach. It was like super DIY, and
Right.
this freaking person started this like it's in the crowd like started to like swing like a chain around.
Oh god.
And I was like, dude, you're gonna hit one of us, and people were like into it, and like people are like, they're crazy, man. Like it's just
No, yeah. I understand that. You familiar with Chelsea Grin?
I know of them, yeah.
Yeah, I went to their concert, and people there just like throwing actual punches.
Yeah.
Like it's not like normal. It's not like just. It's no longer just like, oh, we're like gonna be shoving each other and stuff. Now it's like I'm having to like body people like to avoid getting hurt.
I mean, I wish there's a one band I wish I saw like that during a time. Specific time would be like Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, I saw them. I saw them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw them at the pageant, which is down in the city here. But they're it depends on the song. And depending on the song, you'll have different people in the crowd doing different things. So usually if it was stuff from like what was it? What's the album with Happy Song on it?
I have no idea.
I can look it up. I have Spotify pulled up right now.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but like their older stuff, you'd have people like getting more violent in the pit, and then like with their newer stuff, you would have like people that were barely moshing to it.
Yeah, no, like their first two albums were my favorite, Suicide Season and Count Your Blessings.
Yeah,
that was like the way for me. And I was like the lyrics that were so vulgar, like, oh my god, like this
yeah. No, I was always a big Sempiternal fan, which was their album right after Count Your Blessings.
Yeah, I have like a promo copy like from like a record store I like usually went to back then. And I used to love these guys, but
yeah, they've fallen off a little bit for sure.
Yeah,
they feel very sellout. But I don't know.
Happy Song is on That's the Spirit, by the way. It's on The Umbrella.
That's the Spirit. Yeah, anything they played off That's the Spirit, nobody was like really going hard to. But yeah, but that's that's the T, man.
Big T.
Alrighty. What is the time now? It's
almost 10 p.m. for us.
It's 7:37 here.
Jeez, it's God, it's early for you.
Yeah, I usually go to bed around like at 1, so I'm probably just gonna like after this probably gonna just like make more coffee and like play the games.
Yeah, man.
I finished 3 new songs, so I have to wait for my like the guy I'm working with on this release. He's sending me 3 more like backing tracks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've been having fun releasing EPs. I think some people don't listen to the whole album. Like people that aren't hardcore fans don't listen to the whole album. So I'm like, maybe I can just catch your attention with like an EP release.
Okay, like releasing like short little.
Yeah, like I think like this EP might be like 7 tracks long or 6 tracks. But so far there are 3 songs I'm really enjoying. He sent me like 3 other backing tracks, like, but I could not vibe with it. So yeah, I just waiting for him to respond. But yeah.
I got you. Yeah. I mean, I think we've been doing this podcast now for about like easily like an hour 20, hour 30, right, Brandon?
Yeah, we might have to cut some of this down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll probably have to
yeah, maybe just the banter.
Yeah.
No, actually I like the banter. The banter works for it. Makes it sound natural. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
we can
I think we'll call it, but first, would you like to plug anything?
Yeah.
Socials? Anything like that?
My Instagram's a big part of me, so just High Sunn Band.
Okay.
On Instagram. Just be happy, guys. That's it. I don't know, like just enjoy
any words of advice for
just
up and comers?
If you have a hobby or pastime, I really recommend try to make it your career, especially when you're like at the ages from 15 to 18, because that's like your golden ticket to like become something. I feel like when I was 18, like that was when I was like prospering and like what I benefited from most. But I made some mistakes like with like money, so like I of course like I learned from that. I think when you make a certain amount of money at a young age, you need to be actually responsible about it, and just have fun with it. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, I guess.
Amazing.
All right.
So I think what we're gonna do is we'll definitely plug your Instagram in the like description section, and then we'll also be sure to like link all of your music pages.
Yeah, it's like Spotify or something.
Because our we're gonna put this on the Instagram TV section of our school, and we have we get a pretty good viewer count on. We get a pretty good viewer count on there, so we'll probably make some sort of promo for this and include your tags for that.
Is your school super like in with the time?
Yes.
Like
at least our high school, which our newspapers, our like newspaper class, or like journalism class, is under a program called publications.
Mm-hmm.
Our school is like nationally ranked.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like last year I didn't win it, but the last guy that won it was Tom Jameson. He won like best student podcast in the nation.
Wow.
Yeah. So like,
are you guys a public school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I it's crazy to hear about that because I went to like all boys private high school, and then we weren't even like nationally ranked on that kind of deal. I was like, wow, my like newspaper was like not really like popping, like my publication whole thing not really popping, and like you guys are just like, that's crazy.
Well, we have like sections to it. So like we're part of, so each hour is like broken into a staff. So
that's like a college radio.
Yeah, so like we're at like, you could technically consider us like a media production company, but like me and Brandon are both part of the video hour. And I guess if you're part of our program, you would call it video staff.
Oh, that's cool.
But then like there's also other staffs with other hours. So like there's a newspaper hour, there's a yearbook hour, and then there's like
photo.
There's a photo hour, there's a web hour, but it's all like one conglomerate, and we all like each hour / staff kind of helps each other, and they're linked in some way.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are there any musicians in your school that are pretty popping?
There's not. We have a rapper. His name is ZTG. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's I like some of his music. He's really into it. Like he wants to do that like for his career. Like he's really into it. It's really inspiring. It's really good.
Yeah, he has a lot of I think he has two or three whole album releases, right? So
yeah.
And then I think his concern is like I think he has trouble getting traction sometimes. And like
it's hard.
Exposure.
I don't know how people do it nowadays, because when I used to do it, I used to like post my music on like Bandcamp and then put it on 4chan music section.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I got a lot of popularity.
Dang.
And then I would do that. Like I heard 4chan was a bunch of trolls, but this like I was the only person on there that like wasn't getting trolled. So people started like appreciating that, and like then I just started like releasing a lot, and then people started like listening in. Then I linked my Instagram, and then boom. Like I don't know how like it works nowadays how you get somewhere, because there's so many outlets, but I feel like some outlets are just not as reliable as before.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people at our school that like attempt to make music, they don't really think about the like marketing yourself kind of side.
Yeah.
Like they have this whole idea that, if I put it on YouTube, if I put it on Spotify,
it's gonna get something.
Right, and it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I feel like somebody told me the other day, it was like, you should be get into TikTok. I'm like, I mean, my music is on TikTok, but I'm not gonna tell people, hey, my music on TikTok. They can just find it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, they always release their stuff on like SoundCloud, or like they put it on Spotify, but they expect people to just listen.
Yeah.
But that's not like the way people discover stuff. You gotta like promote it in some way. And I guess they post it on their Instagram, but they don't really have a big enough following to get anything from it.
Yeah.
They don't think about I feel like they don't think about reaching out to other people
Yeah, you have to. Like I did that like when I was younger, when
Yeah.
like first started out, and I worked a lot on that like till like I was 17, and then stuff started like coming for me, and people started helping out, and like I feel like I'm comfortable at the point where I don't need to like do that stuff. Like
Mhm.
since I'm lucky enough to like just have these set of people like Brandon like listen to my music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right.
it's nice to hear a voice out of what I saw from you, Brandon. Like I always see your pictures, and like I don't really
Yeah.
know what you sound like, but it's cool.
It's nice to hear you actually talk. I've only ever heard you sing. I don't think I've ever heard you like speak.
Yeah, and if I speak, it's kind of like sometimes I have videos of me like screaming
Yeah.
or being weird. Oh yeah.
Alrighty. It is now
Well,
9:46. It's probably a good idea that we wrap up.
What time do you guys usually go to bed?
Probably like,
I used to go to bed around midnight, but like,
yeah.
Yeah.
12
this was really good. Thank you so much for joining us.
No worries, man. Like it's a pleasure. It's like have fun with it. It's like a good. I didn't like feel like I wasted any time. I feel like it was just like fun for me.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun for us too.
Yeah, we love this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whenever we have a chance to talk to like somebody we like look up to, it's like it feels good. Like it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's not even that. I don't feel like I'm in like a position of that. I think I just like, especially with COVID, I feel like it's nice talking to people
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know, it's chill. It's like a
Right.
chill environment.
Yeah. This'll
Yeah.
probably look when we actually release this, like on the YouTube and like school stuff,
Mhm.
and then when we put, it's gonna look different than this. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. We'll have put like production value to it, and we'll like clean it up real nice, and yeah, it'll look good. Oh, one more question. Is there a specific song you would like us to, I guess,
To put on like the video.
yeah.
We'll
Maybe we
leave it
can
to
have it as like
We'll leave it to Brandon, honestly, because
Okay.
You're gonna leave it to me? All right. All right. Well then I think okay. Well, when this outro plays out, I'm gonna play you guys a snippet of Freshman Year
Wait,
by
hold
High
on.
Sun.
Wait, Brandon.
Yeah?
What if
Yeah.
we just made it the outro music, like when we go in and edit it?
Yeah, no, that's what I was yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
Yeah, I
play
was
it over the speaker. I was like, wait a minute.
no, oh my god, dude, that's horrible. No, I was gonna
I was like,
no, I
whoa.
was just saying the outro will be Freshman Year. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Justin. All right.
Alrighty.
Tune in next time to Keeping It Low Key, where we always hit the high notes.
Yes.
Next time we will be keeping it low key with American Poetry Club. So stay tuned.
Oh wait, what? That's cool.
You know them?
You know them?
Yeah.
You know
Oh
American
my god.
Yeah, they're our next interview.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, we're excited to make it. But yeah. Alrighty. Tune in next time and we will see you all later. Thank you so much for joining us.